Reincarnation of a king long gone, the highest enlightened nigga sitting on top of the sun.
Yo, what is good, fam? Welcome back to the channel, and we are here with some more competitive Pokemon action for you guys. And of course, it is the Battle Union Season 4, right? 4? Yes, 4. Almost butchered that one. But this week, we are going up against Potato Jim and his Pinecobh Ramblers FC. I believe that is the name. So this one's gonna be up really late. It's supposed to be up Friday. It's gonna be up most likely on Sunday because I had big tests, 2 tests coming up this past week, and I didn't really get to build too much or really think about it. I was focused on that, and I talked to Jim and Chaos, and they let me, they let us be able to battle on Friday in between my 2 classes. I had a class, and then I went to the library in between my second class and my first class, and we battled there, and we had to do it on Showdown because for some reason my DS is not connected to the school Wi-Fi, and that was the only time me and Jim could find the time to battle because we are like really far apart when it comes to time zones because he is from from Ireland, sorry. And yeah, so I think it's like 5 hours ahead of me, so that's the only time we could really battle, so we had to do it on Showdown, which is fine with me because I love Showdown. I like it way better than DS because I can calc so much better, even though I tend to get really hexed out on Showdown more than the DS. I don't know, that's weird, but that's how we're gonna be doing it. We're gonna be we're gonna be battling on Showdown, as you guys will see, and I'm gonna go over the team really quickly. But let's see. First of all, I gotta say thank you to my boy Rennie T, who helped me do mock battles for Jim, and also my boy Matty Brolic. Like every week he helps me build and just think about cool sets and stuff like that. And also Rennie helped me build after our mock battle. He helped me optimize a few little things, and when I battled Rennie, I saw a lot of crazy things that Jim could bring that could just really beat me. So that's scary. I'm gonna explain it in a second, but let me just say the team he can bring, and his team will probably be popping up on the side of the screen for you guys to see. And I'm not gonna pop up my team, most likely not, because I'm gonna explain the 6 I did bring, so I feel like there's no point of that. But he could bring Celesteela, Latias, Nidoqueen, Entei, Vaporeon, Ribombee, Raichu, Mega Gyarados, and he brought Gigalith up from the bench. So I'm guessing he's gonna bring Gigalith just because he did that. And it's pretty nice. So I'm gonna explain what I think he's gonna bring. I think 100% he's gonna bring Mega Gyarados, because that thing can just run through my team. Mega Gyarados is so scary, especially against my team that I don't have a lot to take it on, because Toxapex can die to Earthquake, Magearna can die to Earthquake, and things like that. So I have a special set that's only dedicated for Gyarados. So we're gonna see how that show up later in a little bit. He's gonna bring Latias, definitely. He's gonna bring Nidoqueen because Nidoqueen's another big threat. I don't have a lot of switch-ins to Nidoqueen, and that thing's annoying. He's gonna bring Entei, and like I said, Gigalith and Celesteela were the last 2 I think he would bring. When I did my mock battle with Rennie, he brought Ribombee over Gigalith, and then that thing caused me problems because he brought dual screen Ribombee and he brought Howl Entei, and then I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like this can actually really work very well against my team because Gyarados behind screens can just demolish my team. So we have to be really careful about that. I thought if he did bring Ribombee, then it's gonna be for screens because Ribombee cannot do anything else besides put up screens against our team. It's really not strong enough to really do much to our team besides that. So he's either gonna bring Celesteela and Ribombee or Gigalith and Ribombee. So yeah, that is gonna be scary. So that's the team, and that's what I think he's probably gonna bring, which most likely is what he's gonna bring. So I'm just gonna go over the team really quick. Let me adjust my mic. Alright, so we are our first member here, as you can see. Actually, before I say that, just make sure you check out Jim's channel. He's a really cool dude. I watch his videos a lot, and he's a good battler. So it's gonna be a tough one. He has a good matchup. I believe he is 1-2. I do believe right now, and we are 2-1. So he's really close to losing that playoff spot. So he really wants to beat us. But if we do beat him and we beat him by a two differential or more, then we actually take first place, which is really cool. So we're gonna be aiming for that. But obviously, we're just gonna be aiming to win. Period. So that's all we gotta think about for now. So let's just go into Mega Absol. So Mega Absol, we have 220 speed to outspeed Latias, which is the fastest thing he has. 252 attack and 36 in HP, because that's what's left over from the EV spread. We have knockoffs because knocking off items and just stab is always really nice. Play rough to hit Gyarados. We have pursuit because we want to pursuit trap that Latias. It's the number one thing that, like, if Absol dies pursuit trapping Latias or something, and we put it at really low health, then that's really good. Or if we just kill Latias with Mega Absol, then that's gonna be amazing because it's gonna help one of our other monsters you're gonna see kind of just clean up the team if that does happen. And then we have Sucker Punch just for priority. I had Zen Headbutt before for Nidoqueen, but I took it off because knockoff does around the same damage, and after it loses its item, it should be at low enough health that we can kill it pretty much. So I decided to go Sucker Punch because it does decent damage to Ribombee because it's pretty frail, even though it is a fairy type, and it's just priority. Priority is always nice just in case something crazy happens and we do need that priority. So that is Mega Absol. Here is a Mega Absol. So let's see who we're gonna go into next. Let's go into Latios. So Latios is gonna be the one that Mega Absol is gonna be trying to help out by getting rid of Latias. As you see, our moveset, we have Thunderbolt, Roost, Calm Mind, Psyshock, which pretty much just destroys this whole team once we start setting up. Only Latios is the only thing that can just pretty much wall us pretty easily. So if we get rid of Latios, Latios can actually win. We have the Cobra Berry, so we can eat a non-boosted Crunch from Mega Gyarados. So if Mega Gyarados wants to come in trying to kill us, thinking that he is gonna kill us, if we're only at +1, I think it takes 2 Thunderbolts to kill. I think so. So the Cobra Berry will save us, and then we'll be able to get rid of Mega Gyarados, which is the biggest threat to our team. And if we can get rid of that thing early, that'll be very, very nice. So we have 172 HP, 4 defense, 36 modest special attack, 116, and once again we have 180 to outspeed Adamant Entei. We do not outspeed Latias, which is kind of bad, but we needed the bulk because this thing can come in on Nidoqueen. It could take hits from Nidoqueen. After a Calm Mind, Nidoqueen cannot 2-hit KO us, even if it is a Life Orb modest Nidoqueen. With Ice Beam, it's not going to be able to 2-hit KO us. And if we can Calm Mind up, remain healthy with Roost, and just hurt his whole team, so it's going to be pretty nice. Latios is really, really nice, and you're going to see a big theme in our team here, which is going to be pretty much set up and try to win. So let's go into Virizion. So Virizion is our big check against Mega Gyarados. Really the only thing we have, because Mega Gyarados is scary. So we are bringing dual screens, which I am expecting him to also bring dual screens, which is, so it's gonna be like a dual screen battle. But we do have the Light Clay, Synthesis, Sacred Sword, and then the dual screens. 188 plus a defense. We do live a +1 Ice Fang with this. I think it does about 70 to 80%, somewhere around there, I forget. 108 attack, so if Mega Gyarados is behind the screen, a reflect I should say, and it tries to sub up on us, Sacred Sword breaks its sub almost every single time. I think it does 24 point something to like above 25%, so we'll be able to break a sub no matter what, unless we get the lowest of lowest rolls, which could happen because, you know, I tend to get hacked out a lot. And 212 HP, just because that's the HP we decided to go with. And we can take on Gyarados. We can put up a Reflect, we can put up light screens, and Thundurus under dual screens is gonna be really nice, and then Latios under dual screens is gonna be really nice too. So this is pretty much what Virizion is gonna do, just take on Gyarados. It can also take on Gigalith, and that's pretty much its only job, because Gyarados is scary and nothing else can really take it on. I don't like having only one check to Gyarados, but I really have no choice. So since I already talked about, now let me go into a Blueberry. Blueberry, our milk tank here. I really book a specially defensive milk tank. It can pretty much take on the whole team. Gigalith could do some decent damage with superpower, but we are faster, so we'll be able to just milk drink up in front of it. This thing could take Draco Meteors from Latios all day. It could take some decent hits from Gyarados if it's not set up. We eat hits from Entei also pretty nicely, so I'm expecting him to bring a Z move Entei. I think that's probably the best thing he could bring. I can't see a Z move on anything else besides maybe Latias, because Rennie did bring like a Earthquake Z move Latias, which was pretty wild to hit our Magearna, so it's not just setup fodder. And yeah, this thing is just pretty straightforward. It's Facade, Milk Drink, Stealth Rock, Toxic. I played around with the moves a lot. I decided to go with Facade because if we do get burned by Entei, Facade actually does decent damage to his team. Milk Drink to stay healthy, Stealth Rocks so we can try to whittle down his team, and Toxic because if we are one-on-one with Latias and for some reason it's Calm Mind, which I can't see that happening, but if it is, we can Toxic and beat it one-on-one. And then I doubt it'll bring Sub because Sub, Calm Mind, Roost, and he only has one move, can't beat my team at all, so I can't see that happening. I don't really see Calm Mind, but Toxic is just helpful regardless. And Leftovers, because Miltank with Leftovers is nice. So that is Miltank, and next we're gonna talk about Tesla Magearna. Once again, we are bringing Trick Room, Calm Mind, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt. Bolt Beam is really nice against his team. It does a lot of damage. We are very specially offensive. We have 124 in defense and 228 in HP. And like I said, Trick Room's gonna be nice, and I think he has to bring Gigalith because Gigalith's the only thing that is slower than Magearna under Trick Room. And that thing could hit us pretty hard with an Earthquake. I do believe he gets Earthquake. So he has to bring Gigalith. I think he will bring it. And Ice Beam Thunderbolt pretty much just hits his whole team. Latios, Celesteela, Gyarados, Nidoqueen, and if we can set up with Magearna, I kind of want to use Magearna to try to break down his team. If we could get rid of Latios with Magearna, that'd be nice. If we can get rid of Gyarados, that'd be even better. But this thing, like I said, we're really setting up a lot of this time because I'm expecting the screens and we need to set up to win. And his team's really bulky too, so we need to break it down. It's gonna be hard to break down his team. And we're gonna have to kind of set up so we can really break down his team. So that's how it's gonna have to go down. So our last mon here is gonna be Thunders, and this is our biggest win condition. We have a few win conditions. Latios and Thunders are really big win conditions. And then after that, I would say Magearna. Like I said, I want to use Magearna to set up and try to break down walls first, so Thundurus can have a better game, or Latios can have a better game. So this Thundurus is kind of like week 1, Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, Nasty Plot, Agility, Darkinium Z, and Darkinium Z wipes out, at +2 it wipes out Latios unless it has a Cobra Berry. Thunderbolt pretty much wipes out his whole team. Besides that, if we get Chip on Nidoqueen, then a +2 Dark Pulse should be able to take that out easily. And yeah, pretty much this is the end game cleaner for us. So hopefully Thundurus, once again, it's always a big threat. This is my biggest threat against this team, I do believe. And yeah, so that's the team. I hope you guys do like the team. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But we're gonna get into the battle. This team, I've been talking a lot. It's been pretty long, so I'm sorry about that. But I wanted to go into the team in detail so you guys know what be going on. So I'm gonna see you guys with the battle in about a few seconds. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so here we are with the battle. So as you do see, he brings the Rabombi, so it has to be dual screens. Like I said in the team builder, it has to be dual screens if he did bring the Rabombi, because besides that, it's not going to do anything. Mega Gyarados, 100% I knew he was going to bring it. That thing destroys our team. Entei, I knew he was going to bring it too. It helps against Magearna, helps against Virizion, and the priority is pretty nice in case Thundurus gets out of hand. We got Gigalith, which is also pretty nice. Like I said, under Trick Room, outspeeds our Magearna, and it could set up rocks, set up the sand. That could be annoying for Virizion. We got Latios that I knew was going to come, and then Nidoqueen, because Nidoqueen's such a big threat. It can just wipe out our team. So yeah, this is the team matchup right now. I told myself that if he brings Rabombi, I'm going to lead off with Magearna, but I don't know why I didn't lead off with Magearna. I actually decided to lead off with Latios for some reason. When I did my mock battle, I led off with Latios and he led off with Rabombi, and I told myself, no, I have to lead off with Magearna if that happens. But I don't know why I still led off with Latios. It was kind of weird. I should have learned from my mistake, but yeah, so let's just start it off here. So let me click play. Alright, there we go. Alright, so he does lead off with the Rabombi, and right away I know that this thing has to be screens, so I'm gonna switch into my Magearna, and he does go for the light screen, I do believe. So yeah, he goes for the light screen, which is pretty nice. And right here we do see that he has the move Struggle Bug, which is pretty cool, because if we do want to set up Calm Minds, Struggle Bug's gonna drop our special attack every single time he goes for it, so that's pretty awesome. I didn't see that coming. I didn't even know I learned that. Obviously it's not going to do any damage, but it is going to lower our special attack, which can be kind of annoying. So I'm gonna go for Trick Room here, just because if I go into, let's say, Miltank, I'll be able to outspeed a lot of his team, but he could easily just go into his Gigalith, which is kind of bad. So it's kind of bad I went for Trick Room. I should have not went for Trick Room. I should just went for straight damage into that Rabombi. That probably would have been a little bit better. But I go into Miltank, he goes into Gigalith, and I'm gonna go into Virizion, which can actually pretty much wall Gigalith very nicely. And it's pretty nice. So here I'm just gonna go for a Reflect, I do believe, as he goes into Entei, which is a very possible switch, which makes kind of sense. So now he's gonna see that we are also dual screens on Virizion against his dual screen Rabombi, which is pretty cool. And he goes for Sacred Fire, and Miltank takes nothing from that because we do have a Reflect up. It's extremely bulky, and it's it's just bulky. Miltank with the thick fat's pretty nice. So here, I do believe I go for my Stealth Rocks. Yeah, so I go for Stealth Rocks here because Stealth Rocks is going to pressure his team enough so that we can take advantage of chipping away at his team, because he has Latias that can defog. But like I said, if he defogs, we can try to trap it with Absol, and that'd be pretty nice. It could be a risky play, but it'd be really, really nice if he could defog and we switch into Absol, which getting rid of Latias, like I said, it's just could be a huge win condition for us. And yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. So Sandstorm goes away, thankfully, and he's gonna go for Reflect here as I go for a Toxic, just in case he wanted to switch or anything like that. And just doodling this thing down could be really nice, since it is gonna have the screens up. And I'm gonna make my switch here into Magearna, which we can eat up a Moonblast pretty easily. And as I know, he's probably gonna go for another Light Screen. And we go for T-Bolt and actually crit. So this is one of the first crits that are gonna happen in this game. As you're gonna see, this game's gonna be really hacksy, which is not surprising by the time you've watched me play. So that crit, I don't think mattered that much, because it would have probably done like 30%, and then plus toxic damage, it still would have been a 2-hit KO regardless. So I really don't think that crit mattered. Sure, he could have switched out, but then he would have came into rocks, he would have taken a lot of damage and things like that. And if I go for Thunderbolt, he goes into something like Entei, then Entei's gonna be taking damage. He could go into Nidoqueen, but you don't know what move I'm gonna go for, and that's kind of risky because Magearna can do damage regardless. So I think that crit really did not matter too much. I really think it didn't matter too much for the game. It's just helped us get rid of Rabambi a little faster, which either way, like I said, it was going to be a 2-hit KO. So let's continue here. We get our health back, and he drops a lot of damage from the Toxic. He's going to go for Struggle Bug. Again, drop our special attack, and I'm just going to go for Ice Beam to kill this thing off because I wanted to get rid of the screens. We get the Soul Heart boost, but Rabambi is gone, so the screens are gone for now. I mean, they're up now, but the person that can put it up is gone. So he's going to go into Nidoqueen. Of course, I'm going to switch out my Magearna, and I'm going to switch out into Latios because bulky Latios can take an Ice Beam. We don't know what type of Nidoqueen it is yet, but he is going to set up his rock, so that's cool. Here I go for Calm Mind. Kind of wish I didn't, because obviously he's going to switch out because a Side Shock from Latios can do a lot of damage. So I'm going to have to switch out into Virizion again, and he's going to go for the Stone Edge. Once again, not really do that much damage because Virizion's really bulky. We resist the Stone Edge. But as you see, our Virizion is very, very weakened now, and you're going to see here I go for Synthesis, and I get almost nothing back from it. So, as you guys know, when there's sand up, Synthesis, you don't get as much health back as before. It probably cuts it in half. I'm not 100% sure how much you don't get back, but that's such a big game changer for us because we have to keep Virizion healthy for the Gyarados, and if we lose Virizion or is too low of a health, Gyarados can just pretty much destroy us at the end of the game. So that's really bad. I completely forgot about Sand being able to do that. So Virizion is going to be getting whittled down way too easily because Gigalith is a pretty easy switch to my team pretty constantly. So Virizion's going to get whittled down, and it's going to be hard to switch into that freaking monster. But I don't know, it's kind of sucks because we need Virizion, but that's how it's going to have to be. So he goes into Nidoqueen because we don't have any switch-ins. I'm going to go into my Magearna just to see what he's going to go for. I didn't think he would go for Earth Power because that'd be weird. And he goes for Sludge Wave. So, okay, cool. We eat that up because we don't take anything from it. And here I thought he might go for Earth Power, so I go into my Latios, and he does a very nice play going for the Ice Beam. So, we lose a lot of health here, but I had a feeling he was going to switch out because he doesn't want to take a Side Shock, like I said. And we are going to roost up. Bam, get that health back, which is pretty cool. And we're losing health again from the Sand Stream, which is really annoying. I do believe I go back into my Virizion here to take a Stone Edge, which he is going to miss, sadly. But I guess it doesn't matter in the long run, and his Stone Edge, Stone Edge misses. And here I know he's going to go into Nidoqueen. 100% has to go into Nidoqueen. So I'm going to go for Light Screen instead of Reflect because we can hopefully eat up a hit a little bit better. And here I'm going to make a dumb switch. I'm going to switch into my Latios, as you can see here, because I did the calc. Under Light Screen, I can live an Ice Beam, and with rocks, I can live an Ice Beam under a Light Screen. But I totally forgot about the Sand at this point. So as you're gonna see, we take 12% from the rocks. We take the Ice Beam. We live on 4. I just wanted to roost up and possibly start calm minding, but we died from the sandstorm, and I totally forgot that the sandstorm was up. So that's pretty bad on my part. But here I go for knockoff. Do a lot of damage to this Nidoqueen, and we do knock off the life orb. As we already know, it is modest life orb Nidoqueen. So he goes for earth power. We take it pretty nicely, and I was thinking really long and at that point when it was Absol versus Nidoqueen. I'm probably gonna slow it down later. I feel like it's going a little too fast. But Absol versus Nidoqueen, I was thinking a lot at that point, because if I ever give Gyarados a free switch in, Virizian's way too low on health, and Gyarados is just gonna kill us and beat us pretty much. So I had to be very careful. I could never give Gyarados a free switch in because he could intimidate our Absol and start setting up in front of it, which could be really bad. We could hit it with a play rough, but since we are intimidated, it does a little bit less health depending on his bulk. But like I said, after a +1, I don't think we can really take on Gyarados. I think Earthquake would pretty much just kill everything on our team. Well, not Earthquake, but like Ice Fang will kill Thundurus, Waterfall will kill Absol, Ice Fang will kill Virizion. Pretty sure Waterfall will kill Miltank, and Earthquake will kill Magearna. So we have to be very careful not letting that Gyarados come in for free. So here his Gigalith does come in. I go for a knockoff, and we get another crit, which I also don't think this crit mattered too much either, as you're going to see in the next turn as I switch into my Virizion, possibly him going for Stone Edge. So we're going to see here. I think he goes. No, he's going to go for the explosion, which I thought was probably going to happen. But let me explain why I don't think that crit was that big of a deal, because I don't know if he clicked explosion just because we got the crit. I'm not 100% sure. But if he did save it and he didn't click explosion, let's say we didn't get the crit, he goes for Stone Edge instead. Virizion comes in. I can either heal up a little bit of health, or I can set up a reflect. So me setting up a reflect will be way worse for him than us having a double down. So unless if he didn't get crit and he still clicked explosion, obviously that crit didn't matter. But I think it was actually better off for him to click explosion regardless, because it'll get rid of our Virizion. We can't set up the screen anymore, and it's gonna be hard for us to try to take on the Gyarados. So I really don't think that crit mattered too much for him. So that's that. So yeah, we got 2 crits. It's pretty crazy, because as you guys know, I'm always the one that gets critted all the time. This time it's swapping around a little bit. I'm dropping frames. I don't know why. I'm sorry about that, guys. But I go into Magearna because, like I said, I cannot give Gyarados a free switch, and if he decided to go into Gyarados on the 50-50 double down here, then we could just lose if I go on anything else. But Magearna, I had to go Magearna. Entei was his play, but I had to be safe because we could just lose the whole game if Gyarados comes in and sets up for free 1 Dragon Dance. That's pretty much a game for us. So I go into Magearna, he goes into his Entei, and as I did see in my mock battles, he is gonna go for a Howl here, as you're gonna see, to raise his attack. And there we go. So I saw that in my mock battle, so that's pretty interesting, something that I did expect after that mock battle. And here I'm just gonna go into my Mega Absol because I was gonna sack it pretty much, and he goes for the extreme speed, takes out our Mega Absol, which kind of sucks. I didn't get a kill, so it's probably no longer in the top 5 killers anymore, but whatever. I'm going to Miltank here, and I was about to click Milk Drink here. I had a feeling he was gonna have a Z move, because we didn't see the band, and I mean, like, Entei without anything else besides a Z move wouldn't make any sense. So he goes for a Tectonic Rage, which I'm guessing is Z Earth Bulldoze, I'm guessing. We don't die because Miltank is really freaking bulky. And I was gonna go for Milk Drink, but I think it's better off that I didn't go for Milk Drink, because then Gyarados could kind of come in and just set up on my Miltank, because we didn't get burned and Facade wouldn't really be doing that much. So it's actually better that I didn't Milk Drink with Miltank. So here is where I think I could just take the game, even though we are only 2 Pokemons against his 4. If I can set up with Thundurus, I mean, if I get rid of his Entei, and then he comes into Latios, and I either get rid of the Latios with the Darkinium Z Dark Pulse, and sorry I'm dropping frames. Why am I dropping frames? Let me see. What's going on? Oh my god. My computer sucks sometimes. Sorry, guys. Let me exit that. That's probably what's doing it. Alright. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That just froze there for like the longest time, because I got disconnected from VPN. Oh no. Hold on. Let me exit there. Exit this, exit that, and exit this. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're back. Sorry guys. It just started lagging. I had to get rid of that. So, like I was saying, we kill Entei with Thunderbolt because +1 extreme speed does not kill us. And then we can try to get rid of the Latias. If it's faster than us, it'll kill us, and then we can go into Magearna Trick Room and then set up and pretty much just win the game. So those were the options for us. Magearna could have actually finished off the rest of the team if that did happen. If we did outspeed Latias, we'll be able to kill it with the Kinium Z. Black Hole Eclipse, Dark Pulse against his Latias would most likely take it out. I don't think I even need to set up. But we would have get rid of that. We would easily be able to kill Gyarados. And then Nidoqueen could take we'll just hit it with a Dark Pulse and it'll probably kill us, and then Magearna could come in because we did knock off his Life Orb, which at that point I actually forgot. So let's just go. Let's just keep playing here. So I'm gonna go for the T-Bow as he goes for the extreme speed. Knocks that down to really low range of health, which is fine because either way we died from Latias or Nidoqueen or Gyarados at any range of health, or the range of health we were at, I should say. So here we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen. I do click Black Hole Eclipse as he is faster than us and he goes for Light Screen, so that's actually really bad for us. And right when I saw the Light Screen Latias, I had a feeling it was gonna be Healing Wish, or it's just gonna recover and try to beat us like that. So as we do see him go for the Healing Wish, and I go for the Nasty Plot because I either thought he would recover or he would Healing Wish into his Nidoqueen, which is really bad because we had Nidoqueen at such low health and now it's back to full, and this Nidoqueen is just scary. So we go for the Dark Pulse and we pretty much lose here, except we get a flinch. That's crazy. That flinch was so big because now we could hit it with another +2 Dark Pulse, and it is now at range that Magearna can kill it with Ice Beam. So that's pretty crazy. And I was just I don't know, I was shocked there. I didn't think I was gonna get the flinch. I wasn't even thinking about it. I usually never get stuff like that. Alright, so here I have to pause it. So here I forgot I got rid of his Life Orb. So when I was calcing, I was like, yeah, there's no way I can win this because his Earth Power 100% kills me after Stealth Rocks. So there's no way I can win here. I clicked Trick Room anyways just in case I did live, but I didn't think I was gonna live. And I don't know. It was like I already accepted defeat here pretty much. So I'm gonna go for a Trick Room, and then Ice Beam should be able to kill this Nidoqueen. And yeah, so that's how it's gonna play off. So we do live on the Earth Power because I totally forgot I got rid of his Life Orb. So we do live with 3%. Magearna is so freaking bulky. So we set up the Trick Room, and here we're gonna go for Ice Beam, and we're gonna get the +1 Soul Heart boost because we get rid of this Nidoqueen and Magearna picking up a kill. And so now it is Mega Gyarados versus Magearna, and normally this will be a matchup in my favor, but since his Light Screen is up, we can one-hit KO his Mega Gyarados with Thunderbolt. If we had Floor Cannon, we possibly could. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously we know we have Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. So once again, I already accepted defeat here because there's no way we can kill this thing unless we get lucky. But I never get lucky. And we get freaking lucky and we crit the Gyarados. I couldn't believe it at this point. So obviously that crit mattered because under Light Screen we wouldn't be able to kill Gyarados. If the Light Screen wasn't up, then yeah, we would have. But it was up, and we get the crit and we kill Gyarados and we beat Potato Jim in the Pinecobh Ramblers, which is pretty wild because this actually gives us the 2nd place spot overall in the whole league, which is pretty cool. Obviously we won because we were lucky, but like I said, the other 2 crits didn't matter. The only thing that really mattered was the flinch on Nidoqueen and then the crit on Gyarados, obviously, because those 2 things actually made us win the game, and Magearna actually picking up 3 kills, which is pretty cool. But I feel bad for Jim because he might lose playoffs because of that. But once again, it is the game we do play, and as you guys know, if you've been around my channel for pretty long, I tend to get hacked out a lot. Like NPCC, I got like 7 crits in like 2 games against me, which is pretty wild. So I was not expecting to be lucky like this because I normally am not lucky at all. If I ever win a game, it's just because I'll play the person, or I'll prep and I win, or they make a misplay or something like that. But this time it was just straight off hacks that actually won us the game. Magearna the God bringing in the hacks for us. So we do beat Potato Jim. Like I said, I do feel bad, but it is the game we play, and I can't do much about it. I've gotten to that point where I just told myself it doesn't matter if it happens to me, like if I get critted, because there's no point in caring. Because it is a game and we just gotta have fun. So it sucks for Jim, but we do take the win, which is pretty great. We are in second place. Magearna now is 6-1, which is pretty nice because Magearna is freaking a crazy good mon, which is nice. So next we do take on Alex in the Birmingham Spritzy. He is in the other division. This is going to be a cross-division matchup for week 5. And we're actually going to take a break this week. So we're taking another break because we are doing free agent transfer week, which normally TBU doesn't do any free agents. But since we had some changes, they decided to give us a whole break. And for this week, we're going to do free agent transfers. And I do have 2 transfers that I want. We only get to do 2. And I'm going to make some transfers. So I'm either going to make a video explaining why I made the transfer, or I'm just going to explain the transfers when I put up our battle against Alex. So this upcoming week, you guys aren't going to see a battle, but the week after that, you will see the week 5 battle against Alex. And hopefully we can win once again, so we could stay at the top of the table and pretty much clinch playoffs. I think if we beat Alex, we might be able to just clinch playoffs. I think 3 people from the 2 divisions make it to playoffs, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta get that checked. But I think it's like that. I don't know. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. We did win because we got lucky, but it's whatever. It's Pokemon. So make sure you guys do leave a like on the video, and make sure you guys do subscribe because it's awesome. And I hope you guys did like the match, and I hope you just keep supporting us because support is very great. So thank you guys always for watching, and have a great freaking day.